Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Stephen, and this is how to use Acorn thinking to reduce stress, reclaim hours, and boost profits in your business. This is a groundbreaking 3-step process that will help you make big changes quickly, and it's specifically designed for entrepreneurs, business owners, and business leaders who are stuck and looking to get to their future self, looking to improve, looking to boost their profits, be less stressful, and reclaim hours so they focus on the right things. But what the heck is it? Well, let's jump into it. Well, the Acorn Thinking Matrix is a tactical be, do, have. And you know what be, do, have is. It's a simple sort of philosophical idea or manifestation idea that you be your future self first, you do the things they would do, and then you have the life that they would have. So in essence, it's starting with the end in mind and then believing that you already are the thing that you want to become. Now, I've always thought, how the hell do you do that? That's cool and all, but how do you actually do that? What is the tactical way that you can do that in an effective manner repeatedly in your life? Now, the Acorn Thinking Matrix is going to help you plant the right seeds toward the right targets, so you're doing the right work the right way at the right time. And I've refined this process over the last 10 years on myself, and I've also now helped dozens of business owners in my coaching business over the last 3 years really get clear on their future identity, get focused on the right activities, remove all the dumb shit slowing them down, helping them reclaim hours and boost profits and become their future selves. But how do you do that? Well, your identity creates your standards. Your standards drive your actions. And then once you improve your actions, you change your identity. So what you want to do here is you want to think about yourself 18 months out in the future. Anything past that, things get a bit fuzzy. It's not as tangible when you get into 5 years or 10 years. It's good to have 5 and 10 year goals, but it's always better if you're really driving towards something. Think about 18 months in the future. Think about your business, think about your life, and ask yourself, how does the future me show up in 18 months? What have they done? What have they achieved? And how are they showing up mentally, emotionally, and physically? Then once you write that out, you want to actually get clear on the standards that person has. How they're showing up mentally, emotionally, physically. How are they showing up in their worlds? Then you want to compare that to how you're showing up today, and then you want to move your actions, improve your actions, raise them to those standards, and then there you go, you change your identity. That's the process. Now the trick here is it's not necessarily about starting a bunch of new habits. It's actually thinking about your mental and emotional and physical states. I can tell you from working with 6, 7, 8-figure business owners, especially the 7, 8-figure business owners, and being in rooms and masterminds where 9-figure business owners have been hanging out, very rarely are they focused on new habits or optimization strategies or pompadour technique hacks, the kind of stuff that you read on X and Twitter about how to improve. They're not really focused on that. A lot of the times their focus is on improving how they mentally think about their life, how they emotionally think about their life. And they're pulling the future version of themselves into reality. They're thinking more about how do I mentally leap forward, emotionally leap forward, physically leap forward. So how do I be, do, have? And the Acorn Thinking Matrix is a tactical loop that works to do that isn't as vague as just someone saying to you, oh, be, do, have. So let's take a deeper look into it. Let's dive into each of these 3 areas and give you some tools. Okay, let's go. So future identity. Pretty straightforward. I've already talked about this a little bit, but when you're designing your future identity 18 months out, 2 years out, you really want to think to yourself, what is it you want to achieve? What does your life look like? What does your business look like? What income numbers are you doing? Take time to really get clear on what you're doing and define how you're showing up in all areas of your life. Health, wealth, relationships. Really get clear. How's your family? What trips you going on? Just anything you can think about. Really get clear on your future identity. Write it out. Have fun. This is a fun exercise. It taps into your imagination, and your imagination is your divine spark. And I'll leave you with this little tip. If you can imagine it, if you can write out that you can go from a $500,000 a year business to $1 million a year business, or you can go from 100K a year to $1 million a year, if you can imagine it, there's a part of you inside you that believes it's true. So there's a future version of you already inside of you that believes that is true, and you want to expand on that. But you can't expand on these things until you actually sit down with your imagination and write them out. Write that shit out, define it, because if you can think it, there's a part of you believes it's true, and you just want to expand that belief until that reality happens. So this is what's going to happen when you write that out. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to think about your higher standards. I'll just move myself there. So your higher standards from that future identity, you want to ask yourself, well, what higher standards does the future you have in all areas of life? Again, health, wealth, relationships, everything you write out, right? Well, what standards would get me there? How does your future you show up mentally, emotionally, and physically? Are they always looking on the brighter side of life? Are they emotionally regulating themselves? Are they letting go of all the bullshit, limiting beliefs? Are they physically in better shape? Are they going to the gym more often? Are they going for walks? Whatever that is, how are they showing up with their diet? Really get clear on that. And then what habits and actions are you currently doing that you can improve on? Like you already sleep, you already eat, you probably already go to the gym a little bit. There's lots of things that you're already doing that you can make better. You can improve your sleep. And improving your sleep isn't starting a new habit. It's just thinking about, I'm already doing this thing. How can I improve it? It's like you're eating. Don't go on a crash diet. Just sit down and look at your diet and be like, well, how can I slightly improve this so it's more optimal? The same with your work zones and how you're working. I mean, if you're only doing 1 hour deep work a day, starting a new habit isn't like, it's not, you're already working, so you don't need to start a new habit of working. You just need to expand on the hour of work you're doing and make it 2 hours and eventually make it 4 hours a day. So think about that. Don't think about new habits being the only answer. Think about improving what you're already doing. And then you get into the final point, which is improving your actions. You know your future identity, you know your higher standards. So what actions do you have to take mentally, emotionally, and physically to reach the new standards and change your identity? Notice how often I'm speaking about mental and emotional, because that's the game. It's very rarely is it a skill gap. Very rarely is it a skill gap. Yes, sure, we all need to learn certain skills in our businesses. We all need to go and deep dive into certain skills and get better. But a lot of the times it's a mental and emotional barrier. It's how we're showing up with ourselves that is actually slowing us down. And then this is the big part. Once you've written out your future identity, once you've written out your higher standards, and you know where you want to go in your business, you know those key activities, you know the actions you want to take, what are you currently doing you can drop? AKA, what dumb shit do you need to remove? And that, again, could be mental, it could be emotional, it could be physical stuff that you're doing. What's the dumb shit slowing you down? Because there's a quote by a guy called Dan Sullivan that says 80% of what you're doing today is actually holding you back. And it's so true. The first time I heard that, I had a reaction of, no, that can't be true. I'm not spending 80% of my day doing the wrong stuff. But I was thinking externally. But I can tell you 80% of my mental conversations in my brain were wrong. I was too negative. I was always thinking on the dark side. I was always vibrating on the worst case scenarios, which is pointless. Why would you do that? So when you actually switch your mental and emotional to the right way, that's when you start making big progress. And that's what the Acorn Thinking Matrix will help you. It'll help you in the internal world of yourself and the external world to take action. Now, the matrix is bespoke to you. I can't tell you what your future identity is. I can't tell you what your higher standards are. I can't tell you what actions to take. That is all bespoke to you. And this is why it's different than a lot of the other 5-step programs or things you'll see on X or LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok, people talking about how to improve. Change is bespoke to you. It is so unique to you, it's crazy. So you got to define your future identity, which is bespoke to you. You got to look at your higher standards, which are unique to you, and you got to take actions that are also unique to you to change. And here's the tip that I've already kind of touched on a little bit so far. And if you focus on your future as if it's already happened, if you focus on your future identity and it's already happened, you meditate on it and you believe it's already happened, it will speed up the process. Because you're taking that slight belief that you had that you can take your business from $500,000 to $1 million a year, or you can go from working in a corporate leadership job to running your own coaching business. You believe that happens, you already believe, part of you already believes that can happen. But if you fully believe it by meditating and journaling on it, it will speed up the process. And that's where this matrix will help you. Pretty good, yeah? Well, if all that sounded great, if all that sounded fantastic, around this video, there's going to be links to a Google Doc that's going to help you it's going to show you this in a lot more detail. 30-page Google Doc. It's going to help you reclaim 20 hours a week to focus on boosting your profits in your business in under 60 days. It's a definitive guide to dialing in on the right activities without starting any new habits. If you enjoyed any part of this video, you will love that Google Doc. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, there's links around the video. Reach out to me, leave a comment below saying, hey Steve, would love to have a call with you, whatever that is, or send me a DM on whatever platform you're seeing this on, and we can start that conversation. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the Acorn Thinking Matrix. Much love. Speak later. Make it a good one. Bye.